when we see the widths increasing quite dramatically from the original resource estimate, which was only using some of the shallow holes, which are quite thin, skinny intercepts, this could well be quite a game changer in terms of the volumes. Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's what we're expecting, to be honest.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Paul Barrett, the CEO of Rome Resources. Paul, good to speak with you. This is your widest intercept to date. How materially does this drill hole change your understanding of Kalayi's scale and ultimate resource potential?
Yes, hi, Stephen. Well, we think it does quite a lot, actually. I mean, the last widest intercept before this one was a good one, actually. It was about 11 meters at about 3.5%. So that was very good. But this is almost double that width, and it comes below two holes. I mean, on the RNS we showed a cross section there. It comes below two previous holes, which actually only had a few meters, high grade, but only a few meters, and now we're down into the wider intercept. And I think if we look at the Alpha Min experience in terms of what they see in the play, is that there is almost a sudden increase as you go down. It's not gradual. There is a sudden increase in the widths, and I think we seem to have just hit that point with this hole 33. And so the next step is to go almost vertical beneath it to see if it continues at depth. So that will be our next step.
How confident are you that Kalayi could evolve into a comparable large-scale system like Impama?
Well, it is. It started off quite small, and although there are artisanal mining up in the northern part of the block, there's a key, and I think that is a key throughout the DRC. The way you see artisanals, these guys have been working the land for a long period, and they know what they're looking for. And in terms of this particular system, I think it can broaden and widen that depth as we go, probably from this area we're in the northern central part of Kalayi. Looking southward actually is an interesting concept. So it is still open in depth, and open to the north and open to the southeast. So it does still have the scale, and this particular hole 33 is showing that, in terms of the third dimension, in terms of the widths, then it does have the potential for that large scale. Yes. So I think on balance, it may not be as big as the combined two Impama mines, but it's getting there.
These are XRF results rather than lab assays, Paul. How should investors think about the reliability of these early numbers and the potential for upgrades or surprises?
Well, they are indicative. I mean, we can't get away from that. So the way that this is actually performed is that they run the meter down a meter of core and work out what the average is all the way along. Now that's only picking up a very small area along the length of the core. So what we do with the critical ones, and what we've done with this core, is do it in 3 or 4 azimuthal passes, so in different orientations on the core, because the core is dipping quite strongly. So that reduces the risk, and we then take the average of the 4 sections. So we do whatever we can to minimize the uncertainty. It won't be the same as the assays, but it will be in the ballpark. And I think it's fairly clear that historically we've seen 10 to 15%, maybe 20 on a bad day, variability, but it is definitely within the ballpark.
Current drilling phase wrapping up now. What's the key catalyst investors should watch next, and how significant could the upcoming resource estimate update be?
Well, in terms of news flow going forward, so we've got the last of the drill holes now, 34 going down. We'll complete that. We'll get the rest of the core material prepared and sent off to the lab. Again, this is, we've said before, this is quite a slow process. So we will see the assays come back over the next couple of months. And then in May, hopefully, maybe towards the end of May, we will get MSA to update the numbers. And I think when we see the widths increasing quite dramatically from the original resource estimate, which was only using some of the shallow holes, which are quite thin, skinny intercepts, this could well be quite a game changer in terms of the volumes. Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's what we're expecting, to be honest.
Well, I'm sure we're going to be chatting again very soon. Thank you for your time today.
All right, thanks, Stephen.
Paul Barrett, the CEO of Rome Resources.